part of the poem. Ayla, nice lab.
Classifies the sort into groups.
Who wrote the L? Okay, Kennedy?
Learn that classification classifies something into groups with a certain order.
Ooh, Grace, can you please listen? Say that one more time, Kennedy.
Learn that classification is to sort something into groups with a certain rule.
Very good. By the way, what language do you scientists use for those scientific names? Ashley?
Latin.
Very good. So we use Latin. That could have been another L. Who wrote the A that's missing? All right, read us what you've got, and we'll put it up in a minute.
A lot of scientists have changed their ways of classifying things.
Ooh, why do scientists change how they classify things? That's a really good point. Members, why do scientists change how they classify things? Meta?
There's a lot of different ways to classify things because you can classify things by living and non-living, and if it's an organism or if it's just not an organism.
That's true, but why are scientists so indecisive? Why do they keep changing their mind? Because remember, we watched that video and I said it was a little outdated. Things have changed since then. So why do they change their minds about how to classify? Caleb?
Things get more advanced, so they go further into it and make, out of like one of them, they can make two separate.
Yeah, what's one way we can classify now that we didn't used to be able to? Think of our tools that we have now to look at things. Lucas?
Their DNA and domain.
Yeah, that's right. Because of their DNA, we actually have different domains. And remember, you guys are in the domain of living things that has a membrane around your nucleus. Okay. What is it called?
Eukarya.
It is the eukarya domain. Very good. All right. Who wrote the first S there? Read it to us, Christian.
Species is the smallest classification rule.
Very good. That's the smallest category. And the second S, Angel, will you read it nice and loud?
Sorting into groups is a way of using classification.
And who wrote the I? Sam.
I learned classification means to sort into groups.
All right. I don't think any of us will forget the definition of classification. Looks like we've got that down. And F, who had the letter F?
Family is a part of the classification system.
Good. And the Y? Jackson?
You classify things when you sort things into groups.
Very good. And you guys seem to have that definition down. And you guys are going to become experts on a class of animal. Okay? And I'm going to kind of give you an orientation. You guys remember we start with a domain. And Ayla pointed out which domain we're a part of. Can you say it again? Eukarya. Okay, these are living things that have a membrane around their nucleus. And we're in the kingdom Animalia. Okay, so we will study plants, but are we going to study them right now? No. Okay, and this was mentioned in the video. Raise your hand if you can tell me what this means. We're in this group of animals right now. You remember, it was just mentioned briefly. Allie? That's right, we're going to study animals with a backbone. Okay? And animals with a backbone are called vertebrates. Everybody feel your backbone? Are you a vertebrate?
Yep.
Yes.
Feel it.
Okay, and animals without backbones are invertebrates.
Are we
Okay.
naming ourselves?
And the classes of animals, you guys are going to study, there's 5 different classes of vertebrates that we're going to study today. Each of these puzzle pieces has a name of a class of animal on it. Okay, so flip it over. Each one of them also has a number on the back. And once you get your puzzle piece, you can go ahead and write your name on the side with the number. Write your first and your last name, please. Tap 3 times where you've written your name on the back. You didn't get one. I'm going to actually pair some of you with other people. So you are going to be paired with Christian. Each puzzle piece must have 3 characteristics of your animal class written on it. Okay, so what is it that makes a bird a bird? What is it that makes a fish, or a mammal, or a reptile, or an amphibian, an amphibian? That's okay. So what is it that makes your animal in that class? Second, you need 2 examples of animals that are in that class, and then you need 1 illustration. Okay? Today, you're going to work in 5 different groups. You are going to work with the other people who have the same animal class as you do. And you're going to become an expert on your animal class, and then on Monday when we come back from Thanksgiving, you're going to get a few more minutes to consult with your group, and then either that day or the next day you're going to put your puzzle together with the other people who have your same number, and you're going to teach each other about your type of animal. Is to get into your animal group, and I'm going to say all you need to bring is your textbook, a pencil, and your puzzle piece. We're probably going to need to sit around on the floor. We may be able to pull chairs up to clusters. Okay. If you have reptiles, I'd like you to stand up, and reptile group, you're going to meet in the back corner, not too close to the door, please. Reptile group back there. If you have fish, stand up. Fish group is going to meet over by the easel. If you have birds, the bird group can meet right over here by Miss Hill's door. If you have amphibians, I'd like you to come meet right up here. And if you have mammals, mammals meet in the middle. Just pull up a chair. Okay, once you find your animal group, find the page in the textbook that teaches about your class of animal. I'd like you to read that together and then start taking some notes on your puzzle piece. Today is pencil only. Okay, it needs to look nice and it needs to be clear. Go ahead and get started. And you can do, since you're working together, you can do 2 separate illustrations and 2 separate sets of examples.
Missy, it feels good right now.
Yeah.
And it'll shoot the same thing that I am.
Since we want these to look nice, guys, here's a good suggestion from one group. You can take notes on the side with the number, and then your final copy side is going to be the side that has the name of your class of animal. Does that make sense? And your first job is to read, so right now you should be getting started reading together.
They all have faces.
This is your animal expert group, so you guys can share ideas together, because when you teach your group, you're going to go back and teach other people who didn't learn about reptiles. No, you can't. That's why we're in groups right now, to share ideas.
I thought that we weren't supposed to do science.
It's okay to do the same thing in this group, because you're going to go back and teach your puzzle